What mysterious force is secretly protecting humanity? On the morning of February the 15th, 2013, a 7,000-ton meteor raced toward Russia's Chelyabinsk region, traveling at 54 times the speed of sound. For comparison, even the fastest human interceptor missile reaches only Mach 20 that speed. No country on Earth could stop it. But then, something incredible happened at an altitude of 40 kilometers. A mysterious force or object suddenly intervened and shattered the meteor mid-air. Had this meteor, with energy equivalent to 300 atomic bombs, struck the ground, the consequences would have been catastrophic. And astonishingly, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. On July the 12th, 2012, the Sun unleashed one of the most powerful solar flares ever recorded, accompanied by a massive coronal mass ejection. This intense solar activity triggered a solar storm, a cosmic force like a gigantic nuclear missile aimed straight at Earth. Scientists predicted that if it had hit, it could have disabled every artificial satellite, crippled global power grids, and potentially triggered a technological apocalypse. No one knew exactly what else such an intense solar storm might unleash. But just as it approached, the storm appeared to be deflected, as if repelled by an invisible cosmic shield. It narrowly missed Earth, but even that near miss caused a moderate geomagnetic storm, resulting in temporary satellite disruptions and unusual auroras. Let's go further back in time to the year 1908. A massive fireball hurtled toward the Tunguska River in Siberia. But 11 kilometers above the ground, it suddenly exploded. A deafening blast echoed across the wilderness. A mushroom cloud rose into the sky, releasing energy equivalent to 2,000 atomic bombs. This was the infamous Tunguska explosion, a cosmic mystery that still baffles scientists today. If the meteor had reached the ground intact, it would have caused unimaginable devastation. But something again intervened. This day, science has no clear explanation. It seems far beyond what human technology could accomplish. So who or what is protecting us? According to the Thiauba prophecy, the answer lies not on Earth, but in the universal laws that govern all existence. Civilizations across the cosmos are divided into 9 levels based on their development. The higher-level civilizations are responsible for guiding and protecting lower-level ones. Earth, as it stands, is classified as a Level 1 civilization, and as such, it's under the guardianship of more advanced beings. Sounds unbelievable, even more so when you hear who wrote the Thiauba prophecy, a humble gardener with no writing experience. His name was Michel Desmarquet. He claimed he was taken by extraterrestrialsto, a Level 9 planet called Thiauba, where he was shown answers to humanity's deepest questions. What were ancient civilizations really like? What is the true purpose of the pyramids? Does reincarnation truly exist? According to Michel, this extraordinary journey began one night in 1987 in his home in Australia. He awoke suddenly, sensing something unusual as he stepped outside to investigate. A beam of blue light descended from the sky. Moments later, he was lifted by an invisible force into a spherical spacecraft. Inside, a towering figure about 3 meters tall approached him. Just as Michel began to question his reality, a voice echoed in his mind, telling him that everything was real. He had been chosen for a special mission. The being introduced itself as Tau, from the planet Thiauba. He could speak every language in the universe and explained that the journey would last nearly 40 Earth years. But with space-time locking technology, Michel would return without losing a single second of time on Earth. They traveled faster than light across the universe, eventually reaching a planet called Arum. Arum resembled Earth, but its surface was covered in ruins, giant creatures, and crumbling cities. Hidden among the debris were humanoid beings, disfigured and frail. According to Tau, these were survivors of a devastating nuclear war. Shockingly, she revealed that Earth humans and the inhabitants of Arum share the same ancestors. Our species was seeded from various planets, including this one. Later, they arrived at Thiauba, the Level 9 planet. There, Michel was given a task to remember everything he saw and write it down in a book to share with humanity. And he could ask any question. Tau would answer them all, so he asked the most fundamental one: how was humanity created? Tau explained, all human souls originate from a conscious, radiant entity at the center of the universe, a being known as the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit cannot directly experience the physical world, so it created the universe using 4 divine forces. The first triggered the Big Bang, giving rise to space and time. The second created planets and life forms. The third gave shape to the human body. And the fourth imbued those bodies with fragments of soul by placing soul fragments into physical forms. The Great Spirit could gather experience, perception, and knowledge. When a person dies, their memories and experiences return to the Great Spirit, but only if their soul is pure and evolved enough. Others must reincarnate, again and again, rising through dimensions by advancing their spiritual consciousness. Eventually, the soul may reach civilizations like Thayauba, level 9 worlds of harmony and enlightenment. Michel asked, "How can one ascend to higher dimensions?" Tao replied, "The lower the civilization, the more it clings to materialism. Only through continuous learning, introspection, and compassion can a soul evolve. If someone fails to fulfill their spiritual mission in a lifetime, they must return." Perhaps explaining why so many people feel an eerie sense of déjà vu. Michel himself had once reached the 7th level of civilization, but due to certain events, had fallen back to level 1. This made him a highly evolved soul, offering him a chance to regain what was once lost. According to the Thayauba prophecy, Michel had already reincarnated 80 times. This was his 81st life. When he returned to Earth, he moved to Vietnam seeking closeness to nature, which would help him advance spiritually. He wrote his book, describing everything he had seen and learned. In an interview, he admitted he didn't fully understand everything he had witnessed, but he simply recorded it as instructed. Many dismissed his story, but as he explained, it's like a fish leaping out of the sea seeing the sky for the first time. How could other fish possibly believe what it saw? Michel Desmarquet passed away in Vietnam in 2018, at the age of 87. The Thayauba prophecy is just fiction. Then this humble gardener still wrote something far beyond the limits of his education and experience. In a time before the internet, he described interstellar travel, soul evolution, and cosmic laws with stunning clarity. To the start of his book, he wrote, "I am only a gardener. This is not my imagination. I don't have that kind of creativity. I was asked to record the ultimate secrets of humanity." He spoke of where humans came from, whether God exists, what happens after death, and so much more. Even if you view it as mere science fiction, this book may still open your mind and change the way you see the universe.